I wish I was told it's not a good idea. You don't need everything, okay? Don't give up, okay? Hurts your back. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Pelumi. If it's the first time coming across my channel, you're welcome. On this channel I share sewing and craft DIY videos, and today's video I'm going to tell you 5 things I wish you knew before learning how to sew. And hopefully you keep those 5 things in mind before you learn how to sew as well. So let's get right into the video. So I didn't write any talking points, or I wrote points, the 5 points I'm going to talk about, but I didn't write a script. So I just want to talk from my heart based on how I feel about the whole thing, and hopefully it goes well, because I haven't filmed in so long and I think I'm just forgetting how to be in front of a camera. But anyways, let's do this because I have time today and I want to tell you what I wish you knew about sewing so you can learn from it and think about it before embarking on your sewing journey. Or if you're already sewing, you know, you can also just relate to these things as well. So my first thing, let me just look at my note, is sewing is an expensive hobby. Like I don't know any other hobbies that are as expensive as sewing. If you know, let me know in the comment section, because you need to buy your sewing machine if you want a good sewing machine. Although there are cheaper ones, the ones that are on the affordable side but are still good and not that cheap either. Do you understand? So you can get really cheap ones. You know, you want something in the middle of the price range that's still good enough. So you need a good sewing machine, and it's expensive depending on your budget, of course. But you know, if you're a student like I was and I started sewing, I needed to save up for a sewing machine, which I did. When I first started sewing, to be honest, like my very first sewing machine, my parents bought it for me, but then I had to move countries, and so I had to leave that behind and had to buy my own sewing machine. So gotta save, okay? So apart from your sewing machine, other materials like your fabrics are expensive. Just, you know, the general things you need, like your pins, which pins are expensive. They seem like they're tiny things, but I'm so conscious of them now. I don't want to lose any pins. Before I started sewing, you know, the pins are so small, so tiny, but then I had to start buying pins regularly. Like, look, these things add up, okay? So I need to, you know, make sure I keep my pins safe and not lose them all around the house. So yeah, pins are expensive. I'm just looking at my sewing tools now to just think of what I need. Or not just the fabric, the things you also need to sew, like your buttons, your zippers, your interfacing, your lining. They are expensive. So if you want to sew regularly, you want to have like a me-made wardrobe, you know, you need to keep those things in mind, that it's expensive, but you know, not as expensive as, you know, going to the store and buying ready-made stuff, I think, because you can always say, I made this. So next up is, you don't need all the tools. So because sewing is expensive, this ties back to the first point of sewing is expensive. You don't need all the tools, just get your barest minimum. And I have made a video on this channel on, you know, the essentials, the very essentials, the bare minimum that you need in order to make a great sewing project. Okay, so you need your good sewing machine, which you can just close your eyes and spend that money on. And you don't need a serger. Like when I started, I mean, I've been sewing for how many years now? Let's see. I started sewing in 2017, so 2017, 18, 19, 20, it's 21. 5 years. I've been sewing for 5 years now, and I only got a serger last year. And to my pleasant surprise, I didn't even have to buy it. Someone gave it to me. It was her grandmother's, and she doesn't sew, so she's like, oh, do you want a serger? I'm like, yes, I've been wanting one for forever. So yeah, I have a serger now after 5 years of sewing. And before I got my serger, I just used a basic zigzag stitch to finish up my seams, or even just taking the extra time to do a French seam to make everything look neat and things like that, or fold it in twice on seams. So you don't need a serger, okay? If you don't have enough money, or it's not in your budget, you don't have to worry about, oh, I need a serger to make my project look nice. You don't need a serger. You don't need fancy equipment like fancy scissors or fancy cutting tools or a fancy cutting. I still don't have a cutting mat, because every one I see is expensive and it's not as big enough as I want. So I'm also considering space. I don't have a dedicated sewing space for me to have like a cotton mat or whatever. So I cut on the floor, cut on my small ironing board. You just have to make do with what you have, okay? You don't have to go out and buy all the sewing equipment in the world, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, it's expensive, so just stick to the bare minimum, and trust me, you can get perfect results. So just watch that video I made on the basic tools you need to start sewing. Okay, all right, the next thing is it takes time and patience to master it, and I don't even know if you get a master it, because there's so many things to learn every time. I was watching an Instagram video yesterday and I saw how you can make a facing like super neat, like there's no what's it called, there's no raw edges on your facing, so you have to, how do I explain it, maybe I'll make a video on that. Maybe I should make a video on that, because I'm like, wow, I've never thought about this on how to make a facing neat. So let me know if you want to see that video in the comment section, and I will make it, because I really am excited to try it out myself. So you always learning, you can never master it. And I remember when I started, although I was excited to sew, it was a bit frustrating when your zipper doesn't look right, your seams are wonky, or it's not straight, or just you didn't cut it in the right shape, or you didn't take your measurements correctly, and now you have a garment that doesn't fit. But you have to learn from those mistakes and move on and apply them to your next project. So don't be in a hurry to like be a professional master sewist. It's gonna take time, so keep that in mind. Don't get frustrated. You will get frustrated, trust me, but taking a deep breath, if you have to use your handy dandy seam ripper, take it out and try again. Okay, be patient. It takes time to learn the skills. I honestly think I still don't know how to fix in an invisible zipper like properly. Like, it looks nice, but I think I could still, you know, learn how to get that seamless, perfect invisible zipper look that the zipper is not showing at all at any point in time. So I'm still trying to practice that. And you're also going to find out that even if you're perfect after like 3 years of sewing, there's still that one thing that, you know, you still can get better in or better at. So keep that in mind. Don't get frustrated. It's gonna take time, it's gonna take patience, like any other thing. Actually, any other thing that you want to master, you didn't learn the ABCs in one day. You know, it took time and you mastered it. Okay, so yeah. All right, another thing is, I wish I was told I wish I was told that sewing hurts your back, your neck, your shoulders, everywhere hurts. I'm still trying to find a solution to that. I think I probably need a good chair and table to sit on, so that I'm on the same height as my sewing machine or something. I'm really not sure, because I'm like, why does my back hurt so much? It hurts. Oh my god, sometimes I sit on the chair and I use a pillow to prop my back up so that I'm sitting up straight and my shoulders are back. Someone needs to tell me what the correct sitting posture for sewing is, because it hurts. I don't know if any other sewists experience this. If you sew and you experience like shoulder pains or neck pains, let me know. And if you have solutions, please let me know. I'm dying to know what the solution to the sewing pains are, really. Yeah, I wish I was told that. You know what, when you're sewing, don't overstress yourself or don't overstretch yourself. When you're tired, stop. Even though you're mentally, you still feel like I can still go and I can still finish this project. When you're physically tired, just stop, because it's gonna take a toll on your body. Okay, so there's a price to the love and the passion for sewing. Just keep that in mind. Okay, so the fifth one I have here on my list is think twice. In fact, think thrice before you make sewing a business. And this is from personal experience. Although I don't regret it, I just think that maybe I jumped right into making it a business. I don't even know, but I'm just like, in a way, it's taken the love of sewing. Making sewing a business has taken the love of sewing out a little bit. I don't know how to explain this. Like, maybe I'm not speaking the right terms, but sewing is nice as a hobby, and if you're just starting out, you're gonna get even more frustrated and impatient if you just jump right into making sewing a business. Okay, and I honestly don't regret trying to make some money from my passion or from my hobby. And I have certainly dialed down on the business part a little bit so that I can really enjoy, you know, sewing and use it as a pastime, because I do have a stressful job, and adding the stress of sewing on top of it is incredible. So I mean, I honestly do look forward to the time when I can just, you know, make sewing my only source of income, because I do love it and I really don't mind sewing for other people. But when you have to combine other things going on in your life plus trying to make money from your hobby or your passion, it's not a good idea. So think twice about that, okay? So these are the 5 things I wish I knew before, you know, sewing, that, you know what, sewing is expensive. So save your money. You don't have to buy everything. Like, you don't need everything, okay? You don't need everything. And then also, like I said, it takes time, so be patient. You're gonna get frustrated, you're gonna make mistakes, but don't give up. Don't give up, okay? And then also, it hurts your back, so watch the posture. Every time, I'm always trying to be conscious, you know, sit up, you know, sit up and sew. So you have to keep that in mind. And also, don't be in a rush to make money from your newfound hobby. You know, take your time, enjoy the hobby, keep it as a hobby if you want, or even if you're gonna make it as a business, don't put so much stress on yourself. You know, still space out the time between, you know, meeting clients' needs and also sewing for yourself, so that it's still a hobby for you, okay? Make it for you. That's something I need to keep in mind as well. So that's the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm sorry for the interruptions in between. You know, it's what we have to deal with. And I hope you like this video, and also subscribe to my channel for more, you know, sit down videos like this, or the actual sewing tutorials and craft tutorials. I really look forward to going back into those. Check out my tutorials on, I think I did a recent video on how to upcycle an old skirt into a bag, and I'm really excited about that one. So do check that out. It'll be right here at the top. Do check that out, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys. You'll be like, I'm tired, I don't want to deal with this. Let me just wait for them to finish talking, then I'll continue. Okay, so let me just finish this last point, because you're talking in the background. It's going to...
You didn't tell us anything.
Yes, that's how I was shouting your name since. And you said Kilo Shell and I responded. I'm going to put this in the video.
You're going to put what?
This part. So that they can know that people don't let me film in this house. Okay. So, like I was saying,